and one of the things that I noticed in those conversations is that the women could never get anywhere. There was nothing about the welfare program that was really helping them get from where they were to where they needed to be. And one of those things was that they could never accumulate any resources. Um, it was they were poor anyway, but there were also rules against accumulating resources, or else you lose your welfare benefits. So they were kind of stuck. So I was having those conversations, and then I'm a junior professor. I had never really had any assets in my life either. I'd worked my way through school, pretty much the whole, and I mean, I paid for college, and I did it by having jobs and so on. I never had resources, and I took loans to go to graduate school. So I was, I had student loans. My wife had student loans. We had babies. We couldn't, we could barely buy groceries. I mean, but we just didn't have anything. Um, now I'm really comfortable. Of course, I've been a professor all these years, but then not so much. And I went to but they set you up when you get a job like these jobs. They set you up with a retirement account, and you just sign something when you and then money starts to accumulate. You don't. It's really important to make this point. You don't really save. You just sign something, and then you're in a different system. The system is that some of your money gets taken out. The university puts some of their money in, and that money goes into an taken care of by an asset manager, in our case, TIAA, of course. Um, and then your money grows a little bit, and they send you quarterly statements. So I was getting quarterly statements showing, well, we have a few $1,000s now. I'd never had a few $1,000s. And then I'm talking with the welfare mothers, and I just recognized it was obvious. Well, I'm in this system where somebody is building assets for me, and they're in a system where the rules are you cannot accumulate assets. And so I basically just thought, well, why don't we do that for everybody? Why don't we structure asset accumulation for everybody? Now, this actually also has a lot to this interacts with an important economic theory. The standard way of thinking about asset accumulation in economics is that people are careful and prudent, and spend less than they make, and they accumulate some assets. It's about individual behaviors leading to asset accumulation. I could see that in my case, well, actually, this dawned on me because as a young faculty member, again, there was a meeting that was called, and it was in Brown 100. Both of you know that room. It's a big lecture room, and the faculty would meet in Brown 100 for things. And there was a meeting called for the faculty to. It was about your retirement accounts. And I said, and I had gotten these statements that said I had a few $1,000s. So I thought, well, maybe I should go to this meeting. And I walk in the room, the meeting was packed. I mean, all of Brown 100 was packed with faculty members. Now, I'd also been to university faculty meetings, and no one goes to those. I mean, literally, no one goes. I mean, handful of ambitious people who want to, hold office and that kind of thing, but nobody's there. But I went to this meeting, oh, well, talking about retirement accounts, and it was packed with everybody. And I thought, why are these people here? And they're here. They were there for the same reason I was, which is that somebody was accumulating assets for them, and that's the right way to say this. And then they thought they should pay attention. Now, that theoretical statement is exactly the opposite of the economic statement, which is people pay attention and behave well, and then they accumulate assets. This is really a fundamental point. So this gets down to how do assets accumulate? And for the most part, I continue to view that as an institutional matter, that the asset accumulation is largely structured for most people most of the time.